making the fights more uncomfortable for either team involved. For E-Arena, if Nongxin actually keep this up in terms of a safe placement in the zone, some big plays, you might need to shut them down. Going to pull slightly away from their setup, though, centering up around the 4-5's crew of E-Arena, knowing they can advance a little bit on this.
Yeah, it's a big opportunity now for 4 Thrives going forward. Get a chicken dinner here. You set yourselves up to get potentially into Smash ruling by match 2, by the end of match 2. Very cool to see both E-Arena and Nongxin Red Force. None of it was small talk at the start of the day. They were certainly looking to make it very, very difficult for any other team immediately going into match 2. Putting the worry on, requiring teams to keep tabs on them, potentially even hunt them down to keep their tournament alive. Because as soon as they smash, the game's finished. There's no longer any more opportunity to rectify those mistakes from previous days. You will just be locked in where you currently stand. Which is why it's such great news that 4 Thrives are having such a big pop-off here on game 1.
They're bringing the heat, showing that they're handy with the steal. And for Alula, try as they might to absorb points from this lobby, they're so far down that it's been uncomfortable.
What happened there?
I mean, it was danger close, mate. He got one knock onto OG, but it took down a member amongst the commotion for 4 Thrives.
224 netting out for Lack, like you say, a bit of an accidental play there, but not the one you want to see. You always praise Falak's gunplay. Basically a legend in close quarters, so to lose him in an urban finish, disastrous result here. Hyunbin, though, will find R3B. To send a nade over the top immediately to confirm. Is that in the window? I was going to say, that is a long lob on that one. By this time, it's a bit more difficult to hit that one. But OG lose WizGod. He's getting picked up, though, off in the distance as OG moves in, but it's Joke from the sidelines actually finding Aru. They're consistently harassing from this outside edge. Played that compound down towards the south side, then just playing off this ridge side around the road, but ooh, it is time to leave now.
Gonna have to force the issue, jump back behind the driving wheel and get into the zone. For OG, it's so uncomfortable because you are just being completely cut off from all angles. The back line's covered by E-Arena, nades from the front in from 4 Thrives. They cannot peek in any regard.
Flips.
He's going in crazy. Okay, into the building. 4 Thrives ready for it. As Zypher strikes first. Sweep, sweeps under the rug. Goodbye, good night. T24 with the nade from the top. He sees Joker, but it's Lord that steals it from Nigma Galaxy. Nade over onto WizGod in the meantime, as well as Yasha falls to Hyunbin. It's all turning into carnage.
More man. Last left alive here. I think it's one more placing they need on this one, Jackie, as well. One more elimination would also do the trick. They want to get themselves up towards 5th place, but it would be so awful to go into match 2 1 point away from Smash ruling. Does not have a position to play, though. Everyone's completely looking his way. Might have been better to hedge his bets down towards Nigma Galaxy and just try and take a one-on-one trade. Just wonder if they actually know how many points they've currently garnered on this game and how close it gets them. You'd expect them to, right?
And honestly, for 4 Thrives, it's probably worked out in a way with that charge in.
Oh, no.
Oh, mate, the nade on Mormon. Okay, goodbye, you.
Oh, they're on it. They're on it. So it was. 6th place is fine. We're good.
Whew. They're safe for now. That's what they needed. And with Schweppes charging into that compound, he gave them some extra ammunition. They were having to make concessions, Blank. You can see about 80 rounds of 5.56 left for them. They've been able to restock up. Nongxin, though, still making plays, and they got loads of ammo to spray with. Shots down on target from XCY. Hits onto another man. OG, you have just been trapped, taking punch after punch for so long. They're punch drunk in the back line.
And for Nongxin Red Force is where all the storylines converge. Chicken dinner would be ideal, but a few more eliminations and a 2nd place would get them in towards that position. A pitched battle between Nongshim Red Force as well as E Arena going straight into match 2. Good nade over the top from AKOP, opens up the door here for them to move in. Hazaifa leaning onto this one. AKOP's down, leaving just WizGod. Goodness me, Enigma Galaxy still going, and it's Lord of all people. Oh, finally taken out, but top 3 now. Nongshim Red Force ever closer to a chicken dinner and set themselves up alongside with E Arena at the top.
The solo savagery was nice to watch, but now it all goes down to the 2 squads that were in a prime position on Rondo for so long. The duo of 4 Thribes versus the full force of Nongshim. They charge up onto the compound. T24 topside. Hazaifa rearming himself. Shotgun to play with if they come charging through the door. So easy. Dashes the nade onto the lower levels. Wants to ascend up. Nade in. Masking some of the sound. So easy to peek this. Looking for the third angle. Just through the window. Catches a glimpse, but they read it right. They try and keep him pinned back. He's got to heal.
XZY, got to be a good nade through the window. Good damage off the back of that one. The burst is lovely. The play zone will take down Hazaifa. And Nongshim Red Force start the day off with a chicken dinner. Can they grab another after this to close down the entire tournament? They've got Red Force, they've got Daka. This team looks good.
Nongshim have seen red, and the aggression has come out when it's needed. Fighting harder, pulling out huge eliminations on Rondo, and still playing so consistent with their setups.
I mean, a technical back-to-back as well from yesterday. Last Miramar into first Rondo. Nongshim is just a different beast coming into these last 2 days of finals. Especially coming off such a long 8-game day set into day 3. You're in the finals. It's getting nerve-wracking. You just open with a chicken dinner. These guys must be so confident.
They don't look rattled. They don't look bothered whatsoever by the sheer pressure that's on their shoulders. We know there's going to be a new champion, and Nongshim are eyeing up that trophy. They want it branded with their organization, their legacy. And if they keep this up, Blank, there is a decent chance they damn well do it.
Just fantastic stuff. Good to see Enigma Galaxy as well. Lord stepping up right at the end there. 4 Thrives also making some more aggressive plays, which is great to see. They had some familiar faces. I think E Arena panicked a little bit, but they just about made it right at the end there. Losing for lack for 4 Thrives was a fairly big deal, but OG also getting in towards a late game. Aru making some good calls that match. I think Enigma Galaxy also was very resilient that game to get where they did from where they were playing, so difficult, and then Lord able to sneak his way in.
Oh man, you were bigging up Lord earlier into the tournament, right? Saying it's the fact that you've got Coops and Lord. That sort of collective in unison that's doing so much for this team. And again, there, in a situation where it felt like you were out, Lord goes off with the solo shenanigans. Oh yeah.
Hey, do you know what that is?
He's got the brand on the go, mate.
That is the stamp to get into the Winners Club. Nongshim fighting, we'll be back soon.
Hi everyone, I'm Rick, producer of PUBG Mobile. For the past 8 years, PUBG Mobile has continued to grow together with players around the world. And even today, we are still fully committed to this battleground. We are continuing to invest more resources, improve the experience, and bring PUBG Mobile to more players in more ways. Today, I'm excited to share something important with you. New app, PUBG Mobile Lite. For us, PUBG Mobile Lite is not about making a smaller game with a smaller experience. It's about maintaining the high-quality PUBG Mobile standard while giving players a lighter and more accessible way to play. We know that different players have different needs. Some players want the full PUBG Mobile experience with the richest content, all sorts of highest quality gameplays, and everything the game has to offer. For those players, PUBG Mobile will continue to be the best choice. But some players want to jump into battle faster, save more stories, and reduce the burden on their devices. That is why we are creating PUBG Mobile Lite. PUBG Mobile Lite is a lighter version of PUBG Mobile, built for players who want a faster and more flexible way to enter the battleground. The initial download is only around 1 GB on Android and under 2 GB on iOS. There is no extra mandatory package before your first match. Once the download is complete, you can load in and get straight into the battleground. We also made PUBG Mobile Lite more flexible. You can choose which extra modules to download based on how you like to play. At the same time, PUBG Mobile Lite is still connected to the PUBG Mobile experience. The classic Arango map, supplies, and core combat are designed to match PUBG Mobile, so the battle experience remains authentic and uncompromised. If you already have a PUBG Mobile account, you can log in with it on PUBG Mobile Lite. Your own items can carry over, so you can continue using the outfits you love. You can also team up with your friends on PUBG Mobile, so your squad can stay together with no social barrier. Going forward, PUBG Mobile Lite will stay updated alongside PUBG Mobile, so players can enjoy new content together. We are targeting an official launch PUBG Mobile Lite later this year. Please stay tuned for more updates, and you can pre-register in the store from August 25th. Whether you are discovering PUBG Mobile for the first time or returning to the battleground, we are excited to welcome you to PUBG Mobile Lite. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. See you on the battleground.
We will see you on the battleground. PUBG Mobile Lite pre-register August 25th. I'm excited for it, Max. I know you'll probably end up making a video about it on your Instagram, which is what? Remind me again?
Those Maxman Cast right now on Instagram. But no, I get comments, I'm not joking, Seven, every single day about PUBG Mobile Lite. When is it coming back? When is it going to get an update? It's getting an update later this year. Oh my goodness, the world is going to be loving some more PUBG Mobile action.
100%. I'm excited for it. Hopefully you guys are. But I'm excited for the match that we just had here, because E-Arena definitely able to cross that threshold for being in the smash zone.
I mean, they truly analysed the situation. They had every opportunity to get rid of NGX from that, I guess, southern side of zone. But no, they kind of already knew that they did enough to hit the threshold. And I mean, it was kind of all to Mormon's sort of intel on OG and 4 Thrives. They had quite a bit of line of sight on them, their position in zone, but incredibly calculated from them. But of course, we gotta talk about the tippity-top 4 Thrives right now.
We do gotta talk about 4 Thrives because we were expecting aggressiveness out of this team, and boy, did we get it.
Boy, did we get it. 4 Thrives coming in hot today. This is exactly what I wanted to see from them. Did they slow down just slightly when I would have liked them to be a little bit more aggressive onto OG, onto some of those other teams, you know, as the zone started closing up around them? Yes, a little bit more mobile, just a little bit more aware. However, they bided their time. They were patient with what they did. When it came time to actually make those fights, they were able to just flip the switch, turn on that aggression, get those eliminations, and so many points. They are just flying off that leaderboard. This is why I said yesterday they still can do it. If they have a day like they just had in this rondo, if they continue doing that, they still can do it.
Especially when you have a player like IQ, the IGL of this squad, putting up the numbers, performing for this squad and clutching up. But we also got to talk about Notch and Red Force because they were the winners of this match, Max, and they played that out perfectly. And I think they might have been able to also pass that threshold.
Yeah, like of course GG4 Thrives, but Nongshim Red Force doing so much parkour in the city, swiping every other team under the rug. And actually, they're trying to aim for 122. I believe they did make it. We'll check out the leaderboards very soon. But Nongshim Red Force giving E-Arena an absolute run for their money. And it is so rare to see 2 teams on the very first game enter the Smash Zone. It might have just happened today.
It might happen today, and something that might happen today is that we might see teams that might not be challenging for that first place putting up great performances, and we saw that exactly out of Godlike. This squad came to play. This squad has absolutely nothing to lose, Slays, because they were going after elimination. Actually, before we even talk about Godlike, I want to see what the overall is looking like, where the teams are currently standing, how far away some of the other teams are from there. Noxian Red Force is actually in first place with 123 points. Now we have two teams that are able to win in the next match.
Oh my goodness, by the way, E-Arena should also be colored, I'm pretty sure, because they are also in the Smash Zone. You just need to get above or tie 122 points. So if Noxian Red Force or E-Arena now lays, get a chicken dinner, that's it, tournament over, and we will be crowning our champions.
I know, and it's so incredibly exciting because both of these teams, especially when it comes to those sort of placement points, look at Nongshim at 40 placement points, E-Arena with 34. They have every opportunity and drive to be able to secure that chicken dinner. Now, Seven, you asked me a little bit about Godlike, which I know was on the second page. And the reason we want to highlight that is because they were sort of sitting more under that middle threshold. But with 10 eliminations early game, another 4 as they sort of rotate in on that northeast side. And then S-Power recovering the team to bring them back in. But I want to give like a kind of a little special shout out to Admino having an absolute banger of a game too. I think it was about 7 eliminations just by themselves, and they were able to sort of scout and hold that, and just getting like that 15 elimination points on the board is insanity, especially from where they were sitting earlier today.
But I want to check real quick the rankings. We did see for a quick second there. 11 points away for 4 Thrives now. Jumping around from the middle pack. 11 points away from top 3. The comeback is happening.
This is what I keep saying. This is
4
what I keep
Thrives
saying.
comeback.
4 Thrives comeback.
4 Thrives comeback. Because that team, I actually got a chance to talk with for life. If you want to check that out, go to my Instagram at the 7WG. But we're now seeing the race to Smash. There you go. You see 4 Thrives 23 points away, which this is a perfect start for that team, getting more than 15 eliminations, getting in the top 2, and now they are just 23 points away. And if we know anything for this squad, with the way that they're playing, with what we have seen out of them in PMGO Season 1 this year, they could make it in the next match, as long as one of the 2 teams at the top don't end up winning it.
Well, exactly, yeah. So this is the case, this is the scenario where, you know, neither of those teams, Nongshim or E-Arena, they don't win next match. We do go into game 3. If 4 Thrives are allowed another good win, I say allowed because we don't want any hot dropping going on. They might get targeted, you never know. However, if they're allowed one more game, if we do go into game 3, 4 Thrives need another top 5. They need another several points, 8, 9 eliminations, there we go. Another few of those, and they are in Smash Ruling. They are a contender, and they could just do a back-to-back global win.
And I think we did end up getting today, Maxman. I think we might have gotten a Maxman grenade of the day.
Oh, really? Did we now? It's time for your favorite segment of the day. It's Maxman's grenade of today. Let's check it out. Which play is going to be here? It's going to be in the city. This 4 Thrives. It's Falak over there looking for a KOP. He gets it done right away. The man is an absolute menace. But he's too much of a menace because T24 had to take him down. Oh!
Give him a boom boom back to the lobby. It's Max grenade of the day.
I some background music for you, Max.
That was a great. We got the drums, we got the jingle too. But yeah, for that team, I mean, overall, it's a great start here for the final day of PMWC at EWC 26. A great performance out of those teams that we were expecting a good performance out of, right? We talked about already E-Arena having to do what they needed to do. Now Nongshim being able to show up when they needed to show up, starting off great here with the win as well. One thing that we do need to talk about is possibly this team's being targeted. When I say being targeted, I don't mean getting a hot drop right away, but we are going to be looking at those rotations, because if we look at E-Arena has 2 wins so far this PMWC in Erangel, and in the finals, E-Arena has already gotten 1 win in day 1, match 3 in Erangel.
Actually, I do want to say, I was talking to Kalaris earlier. Nongshim Red Force, they got back-to-back wins, right, on the island finish. So that's going to be something that you got to keep into mind also, because they did win PMMI by Smash Ruling. Literally, all of the storylines are merging together in favor of the South Korean team of Nongshim Red Force. They could be looking fantastic. But of course, that's if E-Arena get a win, or if Nongshim Red Force get a win. But if Tura, we got to keep in mind, it's not Rondo anymore. It's no Recall Tower anymore, meaning the teams that are not currently in the Smash Zone is going to be even more complicated for them to reach 122 points.
Oh, absolutely. And then you've got, you know, when we've seen this a lot of times in, you know, Smash Ruling last day, all of this sort of stuff, you do tend to see other teams actually go ahead and change their drop location to avoid getting targeted. But you're right, Seven, right? We are going to be looking at those rotations. We need 4 Thrives, we need Nongshim, we need E-Arena, we need Enigma Galaxy as well. All of those teams. Aurora did not have a good game at all, so they're still chasing that. They need to make sure their rotations are on point, that they might change them a little bit just to avoid any early eliminations, because right now, it is now or never. We got 2 teams in Smash ruling. You do not want to take any chances going out earlier.
You're gonna have to use those spidey senses if you're currently at the top. If you're 4 thrives, you want to continue to frag out. Here you go, you can actually have it back now. Thanks so much for letting me borrow. If you're some of the other teams, E-Arena, Nongshim, you gotta watch out for everything going on your way. And I know right now around the arena, we do have a special guest crawling by.
Spider-Man is officially back in PUBG Mobile. Some of you may remember the collaboration in 2022, and this time he's returning to Erangel. Suit up and explore the brand new Central Square. You can move across rooftops, run across ceilings, and hunt down enemy squads. But it wouldn't be Spider-Man without the powers. So, you can grab Peter Parker's gloves and you can web swing your way around the city, or you can even use your webs in combat to slow down or trap your opponents. And of course, there's so much to discover beyond the fights. You can visit Peter Parker's apartment and hunt for hidden Easter eggs inspired by the world of Spider-Man. From Peter's messages, to secret clues, to hidden surprises that you're going to have to find yourselves. And remember your favorite Spider-Man movies? Well, here's your chance to recreate those iconic moments. Maybe you pull off a perfect rescue, maybe you escape a fight by swinging away at the last second, or maybe you and your squad just stop everything to take the perfect Spider-Man shot. So, if you haven't jumped in yet, grab your squad and experience Spider-Man in PUBG Mobile. Also, Spider-Man isn't only swinging around Erangel today. We have got Spider-Man on stage right here with us right now, and he didn't come empty-handed. He's going to be handing out PUBG Mobile merch in and amongst the arena, so make some noise for Spider-Man!
It's good to see the heroes back in action on every single front, from Spider-Man to Hyunbin and the rest of Nongshim. Heroes is the name of the game today. These teams have been heroes in their own right. For Nongshim Red Force, what a push to hold down Meiran and find their way to that smash zone. E-Arena held their nerve. They played that west side well, and they just got across that line. It was surgical precision on that 122.
Surgical is the perfect word, because Rondo did not disappoint. Yeah, we got Spider-Man here to save the day, but we got 2 massive threats in the lobby now. We've got E-Arena and Nongshim Red Force that can end the tournament right here, right now, with one single chicken dinner.
That's all it's going to take. We saw Nongshim just do it. Can they pull it out the bag again? But it's not just those 2 teams. As the desk, as Blank and Jackie were saying before as well, there are other teams waiting in the wings, now staged with the points that they earned from that previous game, from that Rondo, to jump into the smash zone. There are probably at least 6 teams that can do it this match and join them. So if we don't get one of those smash chicken dinners, it is going to get hotter and hotter as the day goes on, because I don't think we're only going to see 2 teams breaking that barrier today.
Yeah, I'm glad we were able to get on the cast here for it to at least cast one game, right?
Absolutely.
This is absolutely insane here. My hopes and dreams are coming true. Could we see 6-7 teams in the smash zone with one single squad that could win it? That would be insane. At the same time, though, right? You gotta stop these 2 squads, because if E-Arena or Nongshim Red Force win right here, that's it. This tournament is over. of them is walking away with $500,000.
Hey man, I caught Coach Pecco for Nigma Galaxy on the walk over to the caster booth just now, and he was saying, I asked him, hey, you gonna target? And he was like, if we know it's them, things might get a little bit nicer. Hey, you know, I can't say. But yeah, I feel like that is the sort of situation where teams who are certainly below those top two will really hard commit if they find one of these teams in a fight. The third-party targeting will definitely be high on the menu for a lot of these teams.
It has to be. It really does. I got a chance to talk to Knight, as a matter of fact, the coach from Qiddiya, and because in Brazil, these guys have had so much practice when it comes to the Smash ruling. Qiddiya themselves have smashed in multiple of their regional tournaments. So I was talking to them, I was like, hey, exactly the same question, right? If you see a couple teams in the Smash zone, will you guys go out of your way to take them out? And they said, well, at a certain point, we have to. You know what I'm saying? We know what's at stake. If we have to risk a bad game to ensure that we can continue in this tournament to possibly come back, we're going to do it, right? So even if it's a crash and we lose the fight, we're taking a couple of those players with us. So the whole lobby, honestly, really needs to have that kind of same mentality, because if you want to be able to move up the leaderboards, there are massive jumps in prize pools as we go from 3rd, 4th, 5th place. So you want to be able to stay in this tournament as long as possible, and this one's going to be a fun one. We got a nice Eastern Circle.
I don't know about nice. It's certainly an Eastern Circle, though. It's going to push all the way out towards Milta, east of it, and Milta Power. Lepovka's in there as well. A lot of water here, Jukes. So that is going to be tricky to navigate. Nigma Galaxy will not be getting hot drop currently, but Ulf might try and step in. Ida clashing with Tianba over on the western side. A very, very close drop.
And of course, we got our big threat in the lobby on a bike. Finally finding a vehicle here. And they're going to go ahead and be looting all this north side of Georgeville Hospital area. And since it is such an Eastern Circle, right, I wonder how much these teams are going to be kind of even thinking about possibly a rotation camp. Things like that are going to start coming into play here. And man, this is going to get intense.
Yeah, a lot of teams looking to put pressure on as the fight near Gatka between Ida and Tianba is still popping off. Remember, this is an adjustment from Ida to move out this way with the plane path as south as it was. They are going to get stuck straight in with Tianba, and neither team is looking super happy about it. Aching on the inside of the building. Swain on the top floor now has Eagle to contend with as well. Drops a nade down to the ground floor. He tries to fend off the remaining two players. QZZ unlikely to get picked back up here. Does bleed out in the end. And a step forward. Swain rebuffs. One more barrel, but it's not enough to blast it back. Tianba survived, but with only two players. And Horror can just move in and maybe just sweep this one through. A very strange hot drop coming through over on Gatka.
Terrible. I mean, honestly, Ida's disrupted this lobby so much, and Tianba are devastated. Now down to just two single players. Aching jumps out, just desperate, trying to do something for his squad, and Eagle is just standing still, just saying, like, not like this. Not like this.
Horror have been a little bit quieter during the course of these finals. Not the fans, that is, the players. The fans have been plenty loud, and we've loved it, but they haven't quite had the performance that we were maybe expecting from them coming into the games in these finals. It's not quite good. It's not going to be enough. I don't see them catching up when we've already got two teams in that Smash zone. It is a bit unfortunate. It is not great, but they can look pretty good in game. We know that. And one of the ways that you can look good in game at home is with the Naruto skins. Make sure you're heading into game to pick up the character sets, the Ninetales Fury Org, and you can look as good as anyone taking on those ninja challenges.
Yeah, get that ninjutsu going. And honestly, yeah, it seems like Aura, OG, they're going to need to bust some of that out if they want to be able to make a crazy run for it. Mathematically, it is still possible, right? If Aura, they start with 3, they're going to need a 20-point game here, a 20-point game in the next one, and maybe even another one after that.
It's triple back-to-back.
It's triple back-to-backs, you know what I'm saying? We still have enough games to do it. It's just going to be tough, especially considering that you got there's going to be quite a few teams in that Smash zone very, very quickly here. That's if this game even continues on after this one. So a lot of different factors to play out. The problem also is the fact that we get later and later into this tournament, the desperation is going to raise tremendously, right? So these teams in the mid-pack are going to even start playing hyper-aggressive because they're going to know, right? Their coaches are going to tell them, hey, man, look, you made it all the way over here to Paris, all right? You either get 20 points or this was all for nothing at a certain point, right?
Well, that's, I mean,
there's
still placements on the line and all of that sort of thing. I'm just looking at the map at the moment, and I'm seeing that Nongshim Red Force might be in with their first fight in a moment, which is going to enlighten the rest of the lobby as to sort of where they're playing, what sort of conflicts they could be running into. A 2-2 split across Milta right now for Nongshim, as they did not fully or firmly hold the bridge against Alula, so that crossing does come through. And that central glut of teams, and now they start to take shots. Alula in the hovercraft have plenty of armor to rebuff the first volley, but there's more still being flung down range, and that's going to have to divert them on the long road. They find the knock, and there's the flush. Nongshim Red Force extract the first point.
Wow, okay, so they end up getting a point on that. Pretty wild. And Alula are in this next circle, down a player. The thing is, though, if any team nearby happen to hear those shots, they know where Nongshim Red Force is now. So that is going to be a factor, but they are in a really good spot for this circle for now.
I mean, teams should be aware, right, of where they're playing based on the fact that it was Alula that they knocked, and Nongshim Red Force generally going to be in this sort of location. They'll know that Alula are coming up from Novo. So it should be a pretty certain bead on it for a lot of teams in the lobby, but nobody is likely to send out this way. Maybe Aurora could try and crash into it and cause some problems. Vitality are actually holding the west bridge, which is interesting, over on that ferry pier side of things. So if Aurora decide, you know what, we're not going to go over to that east side, we're going to try and break west, Vitality is still lying in wait for it, which I'm not too sure about. I'm not sure if I like that.
Yeah, it's going to be tough here as you got some pretty wild rotations here. Speaking of wild rotations, we got PMWC rocking their 2-2 split.
The same again.
Same again. You know, I actually talked to Ralph a little earlier this morning, asked him like, hey, you're going to continue to do it? They're like, yeah, you know, it's worked for us in the past. We're going to try it out. We've noticed that on the west side, had a little bit of unluck with some pretty crazy pushes, but we're going to give it a shot here, and we'll see if it pays off for them.
I mean, they did win a chicken dinner from a circle similar to this, on a rotation similar to this. Obviously, it was a different lobby. It was a different time. We were different people, Jukes. We were so much younger.
We've grown so much.
Yeah, exactly. We've come so far, but they're going to look for that regroup at some point. Getting through for that regroup is really the difficult part that we've seen for PMWC on this regroup rotation. Getting through the glut of teams right now, I'm not too sure how that's going to work. They may have to go on the boat, maybe head up all the way north of Lepovka and go all the way around. That would be, I mean, maybe not sensible, but possible, certainly. It's difficult, and they